Big changes are coming to Google. Can you guess what they are? Yep, it's that naughty little word again that could make any sane person start twitching and tweaking like they just hit the crack pipe. AI. Yep, it's AI. And some specimen have the gall to call it an upgrade. Just giving you a fair warning here, buckle your seatbelt. I'm delivering a full yappy meal with this topic. This is just egregious. Before I really dive in though, just want to let you all know we are still doing our Memorial Day sale for Cheeky Soap, so you can go to usecheeky.com and get 20% off anything in the store using any creator code. It's the best soap in the universe. Upgrade your hygiene, very moisturizing, feels great after a shower. The era of linking you to sources relevant to your search inquiry are over. The 10 blue links, they have closed the book on it. Now these fucking whimsical Imagineers have unveiled an AI-powered overhaul that is centered around an intelligent search box, which sounds so spiffy and super cool. So instead of returning links that link to human sources for this information and websites that are run by people, well, most of the time, sometimes Google has linked to just complete fucking fraudulent slop, but on the whole, a lot of websites rely on the searches coming up when you look for the information that's relevant to their articles. And instead of now getting these links, Google search will drop users into an AI-powered interactive experience and is going to be introducing AI information agents to gather information on your behalf. These agents work like Santa's little helpers. They're out there in the trenches. They're putting together all the information to give you that beautiful gift of knowledge. So they go out and they scrape all of the websites that humans have provided the information for and feed it to you without you ever going to those websites. So those websites that the information came from see none of the benefit, apparently, but you get the information and you never click on the links or go there or anything like that, and you can't explore it further. The information agent has gathered it for you. So links are an afterthought. They will still be existing in some capacity, as I understand it. But it is primarily focused now on AI basically taking all of that and baby birding it into your mouth, just vomiting it into your mouth, and take them at their word that the AI is not hallucinating at the time and the information's not just completely fucking bogus. But as you can imagine, this isn't exactly going over swimmingly because so many people and businesses rely on Google search actually searching and linking the people that are looking for this information to their sites, because that's how they're able to survive and continue to provide that information, is people going to the site and exploring it there and engaging with it. If that doesn't happen, well, the site probably won't exist anymore. So now that information won't exist anymore. So where the fuck is the information agent going to even grab it from? I don't know. It feels like a really wacky and shitification. It doesn't do anything better. It just feels like it's more convoluted and just, again, a symptom of this disease that the world is inflicted with, where AI has to be ham-fisted into every single facet of life now to justify the trillions of dollars that are getting pulled into it in this fucking puddle of filth. Personally, I just don't see how this is yeehaw-worthy. A search engine is supposed to search things for you, the human being, but now this is a lack of search engine at this point. The AI is just doing it. But historically, what would happen is you would type in a question, you would get your links, and you would go through these and look at all the relevant pieces there. And sometimes there's even a little bit of thought that goes into it, where maybe there's like a website that you know has a poor reputation and provides like some bad information. Like for me, that's Fextra Life. If I'm ever looking up video game related shit and Fextra Life pops up as a link, I know to avoid it, because a lot of times they're just blatantly wrong. So I know when I'm looking at video game things, I can just immediately filter that out when the link pops up and go to another more trustworthy source. And sometimes when you're looking up other things, you'll go to a website that maybe looks a little bit fishy and you start to question if the information's accurate, so then you'll check a couple other websites against that information to see if it was accurate, and maybe it wasn't. That is you as the human being having to use a little neuron activation up here to get the correct information. But an information agent here, maybe they don't do that. Maybe they just scrape the information from those links. Like Fextra Life is usually at the top of video game searches, so maybe they just scrape the information there, and then when you search it through this new system here, they just give you the Fextra Life information that could just be entirely incorrect, and you would have no idea, of course, until you try to do it in the game and it just left with your dick in your hand, I guess. But like, there are just so many times where maybe it doesn't check if the information's accurate. It was just one of the the pieces of information that it scraped and fed to you. It's just, I don't see how this is an improvement. I really don't. It feels like they want you to think as little as possible, which is a bad thing, and don't let anyone convince you otherwise. They want you to do as little as possible and activate your brain as little as possible. Let information agents do this for you. Let us guide you through your questions. That's another thing we'll get into in a moment. Let us do all of the thinking for you. You asked a question, yeah, but let us be the one to do all of the work and the actual gathering and thinking of it for you. That's bad. With the revamped search experience, also, side note, I hate that they are now slapping that label with anything AI to try and make it a little more palatable. Oh, it's a AI experience. But really, it's actually the lack of an experience and taking experience away from you. It's so fucking slimy. The new search box simply expands to accommodate longer, more conversational queries rather than making you decide what type of search experience or mode you want to choose at the start, and it'll have a new AI-powered suggestion system that goes beyond autocomplete to help people craft more complex and nuanced queries, Google says, and Google's AI overviews will also allow users to ask follow-up questions in AI mode, which begins on Tuesday. So yeah, now you can enter Dicko mode if you like, and also starting in the summer, you can create, customize, and manage multiple new information agents within Google Search that work in the background 24/7 to track changes on the web and alert you to new information. For instance, you can have them track market movements and stuff like that. The shift means that searching the web will increasingly be performed by AI agents rather than humans. Instead, people will focus more on